Hello, so I'm going to talk to you about period pants now. You might have seen my previous video about period pads. In terms of the washing, there's not really much difference to them. The only main thing to think about is storage. In terms of if you're out and about, they're a bit bigger than a pad, so you just have to think about if you're going out and about or if you're out for the day at work, whatever it is. You think about how you store them, but there are wet bags that you can buy as well if you wanted them. Just to also think about period pants, if you are out and you might be at work, school, in office, you do have to undress your bottom half in order to take your pants off, so that can be a bit irritating and not always convenient. But a good tip is you could actually wear your period pants and on the top wear a pad. So for example, you could literally wear period pants which have a padded gusset, but then you could literally wear a pad within them as well, so you could have both. And then at lunchtime, whatever, you take the pad off. That's a lot smaller to store in your little bag, and then you've already got your period pads on already, so that's a good tip as well. So the washing is the same and the care is the same. Just wash, rinse out the blood, either however you want to do that, as same as in the pad. Either rinse cycle on your washing machine, you can rinse them under the tap or in the shower on cold when the shower's like warming up for that first minute. You get cold water. Always use cold water to rinse out the blood. And then regarding drying, just dry naturally, hang dry, not on heated areas, radiators or tumble dryers. In terms of how long they last, again, that depends on most things, like how well you look after them and care for them, how much wear they get, for example. But mine are several years old. They are getting to the end of their life now, and I've probably had them, I reckon, between 5 and 7 years, some of my ones. Other things to think about in terms of things like flow. People often worry about flow. I don't have a heavy flow, so I can't say from personal experience, but they definitely do come in different flows. Like, obviously they're designed for this exact purpose, and people have different flows, so absolutely different thicknesses of gussets and different materials. There's nighttime ones, so there definitely are ones that manage heavy flows. What you could also consider, if you do have really heavy flows, is something called a labia. Actually, I don't actually know it's an official name, to be honest. I'm going to call it a labia leaf because it looks like a leaf, look, or a petal. And these, for people with heavy flows or sudden gushing of flow, you wrap it up. I can't do it one-handed, but you would roll it up and you would literally layer this within your labia. You could have one either side, and it gives a little extra bit of padding to prevent any sudden flow or gushing if you have that. Again, not something I can talk about from personal experience, but obviously I have heard of people saying that is useful. In terms of pants as well, really good to think about in terms of young girls coming on their periods soon. Pants are the easiest thing, I would say, because they're just quite normal because they're used to wearing pants every day. And there are so many designs. I mean, the ones I have in my kit are very boring and black, but actually I've got all different colours, pink ones, peachy ones, multicoloured rainbow ones. And you can also get them where they extend. So obviously a growing child is still growing every like week, month, year, and you can get ones that extend. So do look for the growing or teenage, tween range, that kind of thing, when you're looking for ones for your kid. In terms of price, they vary. I bought a set of 3 from Aldi, and I think it was £7 or something ridiculously cheap. Fine for me because I don't need anything regarding any heavy specific flow type. It may, they may be a bit too cheap for other people. Also, just to bear in mind, like, ethics of anything tends to be the more you spend, you get the organic material, so you're looking at reducing toxins through that organic cotton, for example. You might be promoting more independent retailers, that kind of thing. So generally the cheap ones are not the ethical ones, but however, I'm going to cost, if that's the only option you've got, then Aldi 3 for £7 is blooming amazing. But they also do cheap ones, I believe, at some of the high street stores as well now, so do check out those options if the cheap options is the only option for you. But yeah, any questions with regarding period pants, just comment below or follow us, send us a message through EcoEssex. Thank you.